And it worked out great. Like, I've been able to do a lot of other things because of my past self and what I did. Was able to splurge and do the stupid stuff, but also able to take that money and make investments. I can't say that there have been great investments, some of them, but some of them I can still, like one of them I can walk into today. It's just not doing well enough, so got to work on that and getting that improved. And that's the salon. The salon itself, I really do like the idea, and I really do think it's something where we can make some money. At least $1,000, $2,000 or so a month off of that between the business partners. If it was just only one business partner, a sole owner, you're looking at possibly making about $7 grand a month, and that's pretty good money, especially if you can fill the place and keep it full. So getting a piece of that, plus going off into other things like selling products there and things like that, that's something that we really want to do, like selling hair. So that was the outlook of it, but it hasn't been smooth enough. It hasn't been good enough. And I just, I've talked about that before. Right now, what we're trying to do is just put some lipstick on that pig and fill up the space so that we can actually do a little bit more in terms of the sale price, which I've said before. What else was there? After the 2-year plan, getting a house, maybe even getting something down here in Florida, which I don't like the Florida home prices because they're pretty high when you look at what you're getting. Again, usually for a decent home, probably about 2,400 square feet, which I'm used to living in because that's what I currently live in now. But 2,400 square feet, 3 to 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, you're looking at probably about, I think I said a 1/4 acre lot. So a 1/4 acre lot, and you're looking at about, in a decent neighborhood, you're looking at about 400 grand. And that's quite a bit when you compare it to getting that same type of home, or getting a home that's 2,800 square feet, 60 acres with a 3-acre pond, which is something that I've actually looked at in Alabama. But again, it's in Alabama. So are there jobs out there that allow you to pay that mortgage? But getting something like in Alabama, and that would be, last time I looked at it, 370 grand. So you're looking at a mortgage in Florida for something about 400 grand. So a mortgage of that size is probably about 1,800 grand a month after taxes and home insurance and stuff like that. You're looking at about like 1,800 grand a month, probably even less. Actually, usually even less than that. And that's doing a conventional mortgage at 20% down payment. So your 20% down payment is going to be about your 70, 80 grand, which is what I'm trying to save up, which I can do in a year because I'm going to be paying off debt like that for a year. But I can survive off of one income, working, making 75 grand, which should be pretty easy to make with my skill set. Depending on, like, you find a job, city, area that has employment that will pay you that much. So there's a lot into that. It's not as easy as just moving somewhere and that's it. But that's kind of why I want to do more data sciences, data analytics and analysis, because you can do that anywhere. You could be a data scientist anywhere, and you can actually get into that industry and be anywhere and do whatever you want with that. So that's kind of like my whole point, and that's what I'm really trying to get into. So that's my future goals. That's what I'm working towards, and I definitely think I'll be able to get that done. Them little birds are crazy. They're fast. Definitely trying to get that done, and pretty much that's it. That's an update of what's going on in my life and what I'm trying to do. Any questions, comment down below. But JLCollinsNH.com, talking about the investing, like simple investing strategies and things like that. and going towards things like FIRE, which is financial independence, retire early. That whole wave, Wilsonian Garveyite put me onto that a little bit, and I didn't really know anything about it. And it was really kind of cool. And J.L. Collins is kind of the semi-godfather of, hold on, a lot of cars. Semi-godfather of financial independence. He's not the first one to put it out there, but he's the one a lot of younger people are really kind of looking at. And he's done talks with Google. I'll put a link in the description if I remember here once I upload this. But I'll put a link to a video that he did, or a Google talk that he did in Chicago, which is really good. And it's pretty much his usual talking point that he's done in other places. Or not talking point, but his usual talk and speech that he's done in other places. So that's a really good source of information for younger people that want to invest in index funds, such as your S&P 500, your Vanguard, index funds and things like that. So I got to learn more about that. Not giving out financial advice, but giving out, places that you can actually look at for any type of financial independence and financial advice. So that's really cool, having that. And that's kind of what I want to move towards, is having financial independence, so that I can say, hey, at any point in time, hey, listen, I want to get a new job, or I want to move someplace else, and then be able to actually do that and not have any real issue. So that's kind of the whole Dave Ramsey stick, and also financial independence. So I'm moving towards that. Anyways, that's it. We're looking at 40 minutes. Jeez. Last thing, interview with a millionaire. So actually a customer approached me with this, and I've talked to him about it, and telling him some of my problems that I've been having with the salon, and him being a person that worked with the CBOE, the Chicago Board of Exchange. So working with the Chicago, the Chicago Stock Exchange. He's a multimillionaire. I've worked with him doing his computer work, and really it's getting to he's really been real nice and giving me information tidbits and kind of guiding me. So he actually approached me because my business partner had to do some work for him because I was sick, and my business partner, I guess, impressed him as well. And he was like, Mike, I'd like you and your business partner to come over, and let's just talk and chop it up, and talk philosophy and anything else, and see where it goes. And I was just like, whoa, multimillionaire guy that pays me and he wants to talk to me because I guess he sees something in me, my business partner, and he's like, going through some of the problems that that I have, and how like shutting down the business is not something you want to do because the money's there, but I'm kind of shutting it down because I'm looking at everything that's going on around me, and I'm in a sense seeking shelter, and really putting that business on the back burner for the next couple years, so that I can say, I want to do something, or I want to put myself in a better position. But I'm not gonna lie, a part of me is like, and a part of me is, I would say, fearful, scared, and saying, hey, putting myself in a better position is going after a day job. So that sucked, but at the same time, I think it's the right decision, and it'll move me to where I want to be, which is doing the data sciences. But working with him would be great, and hopefully I can get a recording of the back and forth conversation that we're going to be having coming up pretty soon. Really, if he'll allow it, that'd be kind of cool. And if I can do almost like, not even a series, but something once every so often, kind of like if you listen to The Richest Man in Babylon, how the first story talked about one of the richest men in Babylon, and how he became the richest man in Babylon, and his godfather, the person that reached down to him and said, will you take over my empire? Which this guy's not doing, but he's just giving me information. And that's that's a wealth of knowledge that if I can tap into, guys, if I can tap into that, major. So that's something that's really cool. So, but yeah, anyways, I'm gonna really press stop on this one now, and talk to you guys later. As always, thanks for watching.